What's up, guys? This is Miasin. So a bunch of new cards have been announced in Supreme Darkness, I think. I don't even know. I don't really care. And I know I'm late, but that's because I was at YCS Niagara. So yeah, please forgive me for that. Anyways, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. Okay, so the first card is Metal Flame Swordsman. Level 6 fire machine. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon with a max metal morph that was activated by tributing a level 5 or higher warrior monster. And you can only use the first effect once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, add one card that mentions max metal morph from your deck to your hand except itself, and if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. So yeah, it's one extra starter for the metal morph engine, I guess you can say. It's not really a pure deck. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, this card gains 300 attack, and if it does, inflict 500 damage to them. Okay, so it's basically Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon, which is not bad. If you can summon 2 of that, that already applies a lot of pressure. So it's honestly, the card's already kind of good, just because of the first effect, and the second effect is not garbage, but it's definitely not at the same level as the Black Metal Dragon monster. Anyways, now we've got Flame Metal Morph, normal chap. You can only activate one card with this because once per turn. Tribute one face of monster that mentions Max Metal Morph. Special summon one monster from your deck that cannot be normal summon or set and mentions Max Metal Morph. Ignoring its summoning conditions, then you can equip this card to it as an equip card with this effect. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle by card effect, you can send this card to the grave instead. Okay, sure. So does that mean you can just, since you're ignoring summoning conditions, can you just cheat out like the dragon instead of, like, without having to use a level 5 or higher dragon monster? That is interesting. Okay, so even if your metal copycat gets negated, your metal illusionist, you should still be able to tribute it for your dragon, even if it's a spellcaster. Except if I have everything wrong. I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna have to test it out, because it does say ignoring the summoning conditions, which is cool. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so far these cards are pretty solid. Okay, now we've got some new Primite cards in Supreme Darkness yet again. The first one is a Primite, another barrel. Level 4 Earth Dragon. So this is only the second Primite, like, main deck monster that we get. I mean, monster, like, overall. Second and third effect once per turn. If this card is normal summon, you can set one Primite spell or trap from your deck. That's really good, so you can get the continuous spell, which is insane. And then you can tribute this card, send one normal monster from your deck to the grave. I don't really see how this can be broken, but I'll still take it, sure. During your standby phase, if you have a normal monster on your field or in your grave, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so it has infinite recursion. Oh yeah, this card does so much on its own. It is absolutely unbelievable. Fantastic card. But then again, are you really playing like a full Primite deck? Not really, right? You're just playing a Primite engine in your deck, so I don't really know if this is necessarily going to be played. But it's a good card. I don't really have anything negative to say about it. Primite Resounding Reaction. Counter trap. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If your opponent would normal or special summon a monster, you control a normal monster and or a level 5 or higher Primite monster, except the token. Negate the summon, and if you do, banish that monster. Okay, sure. I mean, it's a solemn warning. And then during your standby phase, if you control a Primite monster, you can set this card from your grave, but banish it and leaves the field. It would have been so nice if you could also reset it back if you just controlled any normal monster. But unfortunately, it doesn't, so I don't think this card is going to see too much play, because you basically have to play Primite monsters in order to make it work, which is a little unrealistic. But then again, the cards themselves are solid, and maybe this engine might turn into a pure deck in the future. Right now, there's only 2 main deck monsters, so I really doubt it, but we never know. Anyway, some new Snake Eyes, Aamina, and Goblin Biker support. Yeah, these are some nasty competitive decks. Well, Goblin Biker maybe less, but Aamina and Snake Eyes, that might really well be the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! So if these cards are broken, this game is going to be completely nuts in a couple of months. Anyways, Queen of the Aamina, level 8 Dark Illusion. Okay, this is always treated as a Sinful Spools card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card once per turn. Oh, it has 2 effects, but it's an illusion. So just like Diabelzi, this is an exception to the rule where we have an illusion that can still die by battle and like kill things. Well, to be fair, the Aamina, everything that's related to the Aamina lore, there's a lot of illusion monsters that just don't have that effect, like even the fusion monsters. Now that I think of it, it makes a lot of sense. Anyways, if this card is sent to the grave or banished from your hand or field by an activated card or effect, you can special summon this card. Okay, sure. So the goal is to send this from the deck to the grave with the new Sinful Spools Aamina card, which makes a lot of sense, so it's really easy to revive back. That is interesting. Hold on, it's not a Diabel monster, but it's not a spellcaster either. I am honestly not sure. But yeah, though, this should be pretty solid. Yeah, alright, cool. And then when your Aamina right first monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one Sinful spell or trap in your grave, add it to your hand. This is not, like, super relevant. Sure, I guess. Like, it's really just a going second effect or, like, a turn 3 play. But yeah, this is, it really turns this into an extender, so honestly this card's kind of solid, but it's not like super insane either. Very interesting artwork. Is this the Abelstar like as a kid or something? I have no freaking clue. Anyway, Snake Eyes Damned Dragon, Fusion Monster, okay, level 8 Fire Dragon, 3k25, 1 Snake Eye and 1 Illusion Monster. Must be either Fusion Summoned or Special Summoned by sending 2 face-up monster cards from your spell and trap zone to the grave, and then you can only use the effect of this card once per turn. If this card is Special Summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, place it face-up in its own or spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. I guess so it's a Board Breaker. It only has one effect, it's nothing too extraordinary, but it is a Snake Eye monster. What I find to be really interesting with this card is that when you get this card in rotation, with like Snake Eye, Diabellstar, Populace, etc., every single turn, you're always placing this in the spell and trap zone, and then on your opponent's turn, your opponent summons something, and then you go Divine Temple, summon this, and then effect, and then target 1 monster on your opponent's field, and then place it in the spell and trap zone. So it really just adds more interruptions to your deck in, I guess, kind of like a grind game in a way. And it also means that every single turn your Snake Eye Diabellstar is absolutely terrifying. Again, it really rewards you for abusing Divine Temple to its absolute fullest potential. But if you're just trying to play the deck as a hardcore combo deck, this card I don't think is needed. And also, you do need an Illusion Monster in the spell and trap zone, which I just don't see how you're really consistently getting, unless you're going Flamberge to put it in the spell and trap zone, which then it would make sense. But maybe I'm missing something. Maybe this card is easier to summon than I thought. I don't think you're going to be fusion summoning it. Usually you're going to be contact fusing it, and it should still be treated as a proper summon, so you should still be able to loop it and special summon it over and over and over. Very interesting card, and honestly I would not be shocked if this card ends up being very broken in the future. Anyways, now we've got Saint Aamina, level 10 Dark Illusion Fusion Effect Monster, 0 attack but a fat booty, 4,000 defense. That is a ridiculous number you absolutely do not see every day. And this is the exact same monster as Queen of the Aamina. So I'm really trying to think, is this has to be Diabellstar and this has to be Diabellzy, but like in another universe, right? Or like in another era? I'm not sure, but whatever. If you guys understand the lore of the Aamina, the White Forest, the Sinful Spoils, the Snake Eyes, the Goblin Biker, I really wanna learn, honestly. Anyways, 1 level 6 or higher fusion monster and 1 level 6 or higher synchro monster. What is your first reflex when you read this? Because when it comes to me, I don't even care what the effect is. I just think super poly target. That is very interesting. So you can fuse using like, I don't know, DSE Ray. Okay, Borrowed, Savage, and Baron are banned, but I don't know, like this is clearly going to see play regardless of what its effect is. Anyways, you can only use the second effect once per turn. Your opponent cannot target this card. Cards they control and cards in their graveyard and banished with cards effects. Also, they take any battle damage you would have taken instead. So the fact that it has 0 attack can almost be beneficial. Very interesting. But yeah, very difficult to target this card, and then your opponent cannot target like his own cards. So it reminds me a lot of like Muddragon or the Swamp, how sometimes it can be like an interruption almost. And then cards in their own graveyard and banished. Wow, okay, so no Monster Reborn, no like nothing. What this card is like such a unique floodgate. I'm a huge fan, so interesting. Anyways, if this card was fusion summoned this turn, quick effect, you can special summon 1 level 9 or lower Aamina monster from your deck or extra deck. Yeah, you can summon the Omni Negate, that's pretty nice. And then you can also summon, what, like the Soul Eric Cheaton. There's another one that destroys like 2 cards, I think. The Moa Regina. You can target 1 illusion monster in the grave. Quick effect, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you can summon that. And that's kind of insane. Yeah, that's completely broken. Jesus. If you summon this card, honestly, you just win the game. It really is, like, super unfair if you can summon it. But if you can super poly into it, not only are you breaking the board by fusing away these 2 monsters, but also you're summoning a huge, annoying-ass floodgate that cannot be impermed, which is even better. And also, you're summoning the Moa Regina, which can destroy another 2 cards on the field, or you can summon Soul Eric Cheaton, which sends another card on the field, or you can summon Mu Arcielago, which gets your engine going, or Rhea Silvera, which can search, which can be an Omni Negate. Yeah, this is remarkable. Absolutely cracked, insane card. Okay, so apparently it gets even better, because now we've got the Xyz monster for Goblin Bikers, which yet again is related to the lore, because we can sometimes see like some Snake Eye, I think Snake Eye Populace and like a oversized version appears on one of the Goblin Biker trap cards. Anyways, rank 6 Dark Fiend, 2+ level 6 monsters, you can only use the first and second effect once per turn, so it is generic. You can target face-up monsters your opponent controls up to the number of goblin monsters you control, never mind, not generic. detach one Xyz detach one Xyz material from your monster, and if you do, attach those targets to this card as material, up to the number of goblin monsters you control. Okay, so it does include itself, actually. So you can still always attach, like, one monster your opponent controls, which is nice. It does target. It is not a quick effect, but sure, I'll still take it. It's pretty nice. And then during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target cards your opponent controls. Oh, cards your opponent controls. So this time, even, like, back row, face-down monsters, up to the number of goblin Xyz monsters you control, including itself again. What? Detach 3 Xyz material from your monsters, and if you do, send those targets to the grave. Okay, if I understand correctly, if this card has 2 materials, you detach one, and then attach another to it, so it stays at 2 materials, but then you won't be able to use the other effect unless you have another Xyz material somewhere. It's kind of hard for this card to be, like, ultra cracked using only 2 level 6 monsters, but in the Goblin Biker strategy, this card is going to be extremely broken very quickly because you always give your monsters more materials. It's very easy to do, so that's already kind of nice. And also, you can detach Xyz materials from any of your monsters, not necessarily from this card. So if you have multiple Goblin Xyz monsters, this is where this card really shines, because this is where you can start targeting a bunch of cards your opponent controls and steal a lot of monsters. So yes, in other words, this card is exponentially better outside of the Goblin Biker deck. Even though it is generic, it's not going to see generic play, to be honest. Anyways, now we've got Aamina Unleashing, normal trap. This card is always treated as a White Forest card, so Sylvie can search it. Nice. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. Target cards on the field up to the number of fusion and synchro monsters that are fiend, illusion, and spellcasters you control and in your grave. Return them to the hand. This card is not super great. Usually, I think you're only going to be bouncing back 1 card, or 2 cards actually, because the illusion and spellcaster are easy, but fiend is a little unrelated to the White Forest deck. So I think this is not super great, but it's not garbage because it's very easy to search. And the typical White Forest effect, I don't really have to read it because pretty much every single White Forest card has this effect. And also, if you discard it with Hugin, it still triggers. That's really nice. So even better, I guess I want to say, in the Runic White Forest deck. So yeah, it's a really cool card. I mean, no complaints there. I think this card's good. I think this card is fantastic in Goblin Biker. I think this card is potentially game-breaking in the future. I don't know yet, but it really depends, because as a super poly target, this card is already kind of scary. It's concerning almost. And then obviously Snake Eyes Damn Dragon, that is one really nice card. This card, I have no idea. I can't really say it's broken, but it's an okay-ish card, so it's still kind of fine. And then finally, we've got some new Gemini support cards. So this is coming out in Terminal World 2. I don't want to sound like a bozo, but I'm pretty sure these are the Gemini cards. These are the Fabled cards. I think this is Jirak, and I have no idea what these cards are. I don't know. They don't look like Ice Bears. They don't look like anything I know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I know what they are and I forgot. Anyways, Gemini Master Dia Dispersion, level 9 Earth Rock Fusion, 3k26, 3 gem monsters, not necessarily Gemini monsters, because not everything in the Gemini deck is a Gemini monster. And I think one of them is not even a gem monster. Hold on a second. I gotta double check because it's kinda sus. One of them's name is Crystal Rose, and yeah, it's like a crossover between Gemini and Melodious. What in the actual flying frick? Okay, hold on a second. Gemini was played in the anime, right? For some reason, I just forgot. Yeah, no, it had to be. The synergy with Melodious. What the flying frick is this? Gemini and Melodious? Huh? What the? Oh, yeah, okay, you know what? I forgot. I watched the anime and I already forgot. Anyways, during the main phase quick effect, you can send this card to the grave. Special summon up to 3 non-rock gem monsters with different names from your extra deck and or grave. Holy shit. Ignoring their summoning conditions. Also, you can't special summon monsters for the extra deck for the start of turn except fusion monsters. What the hell? This is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, this can summon 3 of your freaking fusion monsters. That's very, very unfair. But they have to be non-rock gem monsters, so you can summon nothing. Oh, no, actually, you can summon Lady Rose Diamond, which is a fairy. You can summon Prise Mora, which is a thunder, Citrine, Pyro, Amethyst, Aqua, Ruby, Pyro, and then Topaz, Thunder, Aquamarine, Aqua, and then Seraphinite, actually. The only one that I actually know for a change. And this one is a fairy. And yeah, it is the only one that has actually seen play. Oh, hold on. It must first be special summon, fusion summon with the above fusion materials. Never mind. I lied. A lot of them. Hold on a second. Ignoring their summoning conditions. Never mind. I didn't lie. There you go. Okay, yeah, no, this card is ridiculously unfair. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, I don't know anything about the Gemini deck, but this might be what the deck needs to become broken again. Anyways, when your Gemini fusion monster is destroyed by battle while this card is in grave, you can special summon this card. Okay, sure, I mean, that's insane because it means that you can use the effect again. So yeah, it recurs itself, and then it summons 3 freaking monsters, which is insanity, and you can also revive them back from the grave. Yeah, okay. I swear to God, if Block Dragon gets unbanned just for this deck, people will go freaking bananas. Anyways, Knightnefm, this is a Shaddoll monster. Yeah, it is literally a Shaddoll monster, I think, right? Unless I'm missing something. These are the exact same color patterns that we see on Shaddoll monsters, so it has to be. I know it's related to Shaddoll, Inferno, Clifford, etc. Anyways, level 4 Light Fairy, very weird attack. First, second effect, second and third effect once per turn. If this card is normal or specialed, you can add 1 Gemini card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Also, any effect damage your opponent takes during the turn, during the main phase for the rest of the turn is halved. So if you're going to battle phase, you can still kill, but if you're trying to FTK, then that's going to be a different story. How do you FTK again? Is it the effect of Master Diamond? It is not. That's the one that's limited. The one that FTKs is Lapis Lazuli? Yeah, I think that's it. Lady Lapis Lazuli. Okay, so you burn 500 for each special summon monster on the field. So if you do half damage, then you obviously can't FTK because it's not an infinite loop. So yeah, in other words, Konami's trying to move away from like making this deck only an FTK deck. They're really trying to turn it into something that actually plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Correctly. Alright, that's cool. Anyways, during your main phase, you can activate an effect. Interesting, so that's not like Evil Stormcaster and Ritual Beast Tamer Lara, I think. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 gem monster. That is nice. Okay, very nice. That's actually fantastic because it means that you can have a lot of extra normal summons in the deck. So if you have a hand with a bunch of Gemini cards, it's not the end of the world. And you can search any Gemini card, by the way. So you can search your Gemini Fusion. I don't know how broken that is. Yeah, you can recycle that card again and again and again. It's not once per turn whatsoever. That's kind of cool. Anyways, if this card is sent from the hand or deck to the grave, you can send 1 card from your hand to the grave, and if you do special summon this card, and it doesn't negate its effect. Everything about this card is insanity. It is a remarkable card. Absolutely fantastic. And it also doesn't lock you under Gemini summons for the rest of the turn, so maybe, even if you get like, let's say, Shifted, you can search like a Gemini level 4, and then you can extra normal summon, and then you make Baguska, and you pass turn. So yeah, Nefrim is goated. I'm a huge fan. Anyways, now we've got the Gemini Hollow Core. Okay, yeah, no, I was right about Nefrim being a Shaddoll, because Hollow Core is clearly an Inferno monster, right? I mean, that's... yeah, no, it has to be. Anyways, level 7 Dark Fiend, it's also a Fiend even. Weird-ass stats, but those are the stats of... is it Kieran Gorgon inversed? That is literally the exact opposite of Kieran Gorgon, and Kieran Gorgon is also like an Inferno monster or a Shaddoll monster. I remember I looked into the lore back then. Yeah, that has to be it, right? And then this is the opposite of something else. It has to be. Nefrim reminds me of... hold on a second. Was it like... yeah, Shaddoll Construct. Its original name was not Construct. It was... yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Gemini... El Shaddoll Nephilim, if I recall correctly. I think the Nephilims were like giants or something back in the days. I completely forgot because it's been a while. But yeah, no, it's... everything is just coming back to me now. That's cool. Anyways, hold on a second. I forgot where it was. Anyways, first and second effect once per turn. You can send 1 Gemini normal monster, 1 Gemini fusion monster from your deck to the grave. Special summon this card from your hand in defense. Okay, that's great. I'll take it. When your opponent activates a card effect and you control a Gemini fusion monster, quick effect, you can banish 3 Gemini cards from your grave, including this card. Negate that effect, and then all Gemini monsters you currently control gain 1000 attack. This card can negate Nibiru. That is absurd. That is completely insane. It is ridiculous. It is completely cracked. It can negate Nibiru, it can negate evenly, it can negate everything. Ridiculous card. Absolutely insane. Every single card that I'm reading is like a 9 out of 10. This is insane. And it really just goes to show that if Konami really wants to put in the effort to make a garbage deck better, they can absolutely easily do it. And they don't have to turn it into like a stupid cheese deck that has to FTK to win. I'm such a huge fan of every single card that they printed so far. And it doesn't end yet. There is one final card, Gemnite Dispersion. Normal spell, activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect once per turn. So, in other words, if you have 2 copies of this card, you can use both effects. That is really cool because it doesn't punish you for playing multiple copies of it. So, either you fusion summon 1 Gemini fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, But if you have a Gemini Fusion monster in your grave, no, sorry, if you have Gemini Fusion, the spell card, sorry, in your grave, you can also use up to 2 non-rock Gemini monsters from your deck or extra deck. Oh, okay. Alright, I think I understand the purpose. So the goal is to summon this card by sending Gemini Fusion, and then when you use this card right here, it becomes a Shaddoll Fusion. that is so stupid. That is completely ridiculous. And then you fuel your grave, which means that this card can immediately get to negating Nibiru. And also, if I recall correctly, the Gemini Link 2 is potentially one of the most ridiculous cards this game has ever seen. I know it's a really good card, it's just that it's locked into Gemini only. Yeah, it can search any Gemini card from the deck to your hand, and then it can like summon a Gemini Fusion by shuffling the materials from the banished or grave. Oh my god, it's such a... Yeah, Phantom Chords. That card is stupid! And by the way, this card has another effect. You can add 1 gem monster from your deck or banished to your hand. Banished even. So if you get shifted, you still have some plays. Also, any effect damage your opponent takes during the main phase for the rest of the turn, for the rest of the turn is halved. Again, the goal is not to turn this deck into an FTK deck, but rather make it very consistent, make it able to do things that are not just Gemini plays. And I think Konami did a remarkable job. So yeah, every single card here is, like I said, a 9.5 out of 10, if not potentially even better. This card is insane. This card insane. This card insane. And this card is insane. Oh my god. As for these cards right here, these cards, this one's not super great. This one's decent. This card is cracked. And then this card's good. This card is okay. And then these cards are whatever. They're decent. And these cards are also decent. So yeah, definitely a lot of really nice support off of these new cards right here from Supreme Darkness as well as Terminal World. You guys let me know how you feel about them in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.